Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Only James knows what's happening right now, and what's in his future. Las Vegas, AP, LeBron James was starring in Las Vegas at this time last year, the headline attraction while he and the Los Angeles Lakers were about to win the inaugural version of the event now known as the NBA Cup. It seems very different now. Personal reasons, he's taking some time is what Lakers coach J.J. Redick said this week when detailing why James was missing from practice. Left foot soreness is the reason why the Lakers have ruled him out of Friday's game in Minnesota. There's been trade speculation in recent days, and it's reasonable to think that a team like Golden State would clamor for James if he was available. And he's turning 40 in about 2 weeks. Whenever James is out, it's a story. Taking time off for personal reasons, it's a story. It could mean he's hurt. It could mean he's fed up with how the Lakers have struggled in recent weeks. It could mean he just needs a break. It could mean anything. All that is certain is he's not playing Friday. All of this is very fluid, Redick said when asked about James' absence. All of it is. All of it is. That's what's crystallized. James' no-trade clause is the ultimate card in the deck right now. If James wants to be traded, he'll probably get traded. If he doesn't, then he'll remain a Laker and continue on a roster that also features his son Bronny. The Lakers play only 2 games in the next week. It's a nice time for a break if his left foot is a problem and the wear and tear of 22 seasons is requiring him to take some time off. In short, nobody knows anything. Except LeBron, of course. He's the oldest player in the league, has set just about every record that he's going to set, has more money than he could ever spend. There isn't anything left to prove. He is under contract for next season, but the finish line, whether it's after this season or not, is fast approaching. I'm not going to play that much longer, to be completely honest. I don't know how many years that is, if it's 1 year, 2 years, whatever the case may be, James said last month. I'm not playing till the wheels fall off. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm not going to be the guy who's disrespecting the game because I just want to be out on the floor. That won't be me. The numbers show the wheels haven't fallen off. His scoring is down, 23 points per game, his lowest average since his rookie season, but his rebound and assist numbers are up from last season. The only other player this season averaging 23 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists per game is Denver's Nikola Jokic, who probably is the MVP frontrunner yet again. The wheels are fine. It should be noted that this time of year is the start of the NBA's silly season. There are 85 players eligible to be traded starting Sunday. Trades are the behind-the-curtain talk of the league right now with some big names out there, including tons of speculation about Jimmy Butler's future in Miami. Narratives, Heat coach Eric Spoelstra said Thursday. That's going to happen, in every organization at some point during the season. This might be that point for the Lakers. Entering Friday, they've lost 7 of their last 10 games, 4 of those losses by at least 25 points. James has seemed frustrated, though after big losses it's only natural that he would feel that way. His presence is still felt in Las Vegas this week as the league convenes for the finish of the NBA Cup. There's a giant advertisement featuring James near the baggage claim carousels at the airport, promoting his tie to a liquor company. On the court, though, he won't be seen. And it's not clear when he'll be seen again. 5 best destinations for Chris Paul, including Lakers and Heat. Chris Paul has been doing his thing with the Spurs this season, running the show on a 1-year, $11 million deal. He's averaging 10.2 points, 8.5 assists, and 4.0 rebounds, and oh yeah, he just moved up to second all-time in assists. Not bad for 39, right? But let's be real, the Spurs are in rebuild mode, hanging at 12th in the West, so flipping CP3 for some future assets just makes sense. For playoff teams needing a veteran who can still run the floor like a maestro, Paul might just be the perfect piece to push them over the top. Potential trade offer to the Spurs, Gabe Vincent, 2025 second-round pick, Clippers, 2025 second-round pick. The Lakers are having a rough go right now. Sitting at 13-11 and 8th in the West, they've been up and down all season. LeBron James has stepped away for personal reasons, leaving the team without its main leader, and it's showing. 7 losses in their last 10 games have made things even shakier. With Anthony Davis struggling to carry the load consistently, the Lakers need a spark to turn things around. That's why Chris Paul is such an intriguing option, and would finally give him the chance to play for the Lakers. Adding CP3 could stabilize the offense and give the team a veteran presence they desperately need. Paul would take a ton of playmaking pressure off LeBron, freeing him up to focus on scoring and letting the offense run more smoothly. Plus, Paul's defensive IQ could help fix some of the Lakers' perimeter issues, which have been a weak spot this year. The potential trade, sending Gabe Vincent and 2 2025 second-round picks to the Spurs for CP3, looks like a win for both sides. Vincent hasn't been great this year, and moving him for Paul is a clear upgrade for the Lakers. Meanwhile, the Spurs get a younger guard to plug into their rotation and some extra picks to keep building their future. For the Lakers, this move isn't just about adding a big name, it's about getting back on track. If they want to make some noise in the playoffs and stop sliding down the standings, Paul might be the piece they need to bring everything together. Orlando Magic. Potential trade offer to the Spurs, Cole Anthony, 2025 second-round pick. After becoming the biggest surprise of the season at 17-10, the Magic have been hit hard by injuries to their 2 key players, Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Both are sidelined with torn right obliques, which has completely shaken up the team's momentum. Banchero, before going down on October 30th, was averaging 29.0 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 5.6 assists. Wagner was putting up 24.4 points, 5.6 rebounds, and 5.7 assists before his injury, and he's expected to miss at least 4 weeks. Without these 2 stars, Orlando is struggling to maintain its rhythm on offense. In their absence, Cole Anthony has been given more opportunities but hasn't been able to step up. Over 24 games this season, he's averaged just 5.2 points, 2.0 rebounds, and 1.8 assists in about 10 minutes per game. He's shooting 37.7% from the field and 32% from deep, numbers that just don't cut it for a team trying to stay competitive. Meanwhile, Jalen Suggs, while promising, is more of a combo guard than a traditional point guard, leaving the team without a steady hand to run the offense. That's where Chris Paul could make a massive difference. Adding CP3 would bring stability to their offense and give the team a true floor general who can take control when things get tough. His experience and leadership would help guide this young core and take some of the pressure off Suggs, allowing him to thrive as a scorer and defender. Paul's presence would also unlock the full potential of other players like Wendell Carter Jr., who could benefit from easier setups. For the Spurs, Cole Anthony offers a young guard who could benefit from a fresh start, and a second-round pick sweetens the deal. For Orlando, this move isn't just about surviving the injuries, it's about staying competitive in the East while waiting for their stars to return. Adding Paul could keep them in the playoff hunt and help them maximize their current roster's potential. Miami Heat. Potential trade offer to the Spurs, Haywood Highsmith, Josh Richardson, Thomas Bryant. The Heat are in the middle of another solid but unspectacular season, sitting at 13-10 and 5th in the East. The rumors around Jimmy Butler's future aren't helping either, with talk of him potentially being on the move if the team can't build something more convincing around him. Tyler Herro and Terry Rozier are solid scorers, but neither is a true point guard, and that's where things fall apart for Miami's offense. Adding Chris Paul could give them the floor general they've been missing and turn them into a more complete, balanced team. Anonymous NBA exec thinks Kings could be in LeBron James trade conversations. By Brendan Nunes. Sacktown sports writer. Trade rumors about the Los Angeles Lakers are no surprise. But, this time, there's speculation that they could trade away their star rather than looking to acquire one. Those current speculative conversations are centered around a potential LeBron James trade. One anonymous NBA source mentioned the Sacramento Kings as an intriguing potential landing spot for one of the greatest players ever. Could the Kings try and go after the King? Heavy Steve Bulpett reported there has been speculation of late that the Lakers might be willing to bite the bullet and be open to trading James, but that's going to be his call ultimately. A league exec believes that is becoming increasingly realistic. With most teams around the league dealing with heavy restrictions due to the limitations that come with being in the first or second aprons, only so many placed could make sense for LeBron James. Bulpett's story includes an anonymous quote from an NBA executive who believes Sacramento belongs in the LeBron James trade conversations. "The one place that I don't hear a lot of talk about with LeBron is Sacramento," he said. "He could change them, and they might have the kind assets to make a trade work. They have a lot of young talent, and because they're a small market, they haven't spent like drunken sailors. They have some draft picks, a young talent. If they could get to the salary, LeBron would take De'Aaron, Fox and Domantas, Sabonis and elevate the hell out of them, particularly Fox. With that threesome, those guys could be a force." Lakers stuck again on LeBron James' hamster wheel by Heavy.com's Steve Bulpett, December 12, 24. The anonymous executive also thinks the superstar could live in LA and play in Sacramento, no doubt about it, if that were his preference. After this season, LeBron James has 1 year remaining on his contract, a $52.6 million player option. Obviously, it would take Sacramento general manager Monty McNair offering an enticing package, possibly including one of Keegan Murray or DeMar DeRozan headed to the Lakers, along with the necessary draft capital. Who knows how LeBron James would feel about joining the Kings and if the team in California's capital would be interested in trading for the 39-year-old. But it's an interesting hypothetical to consider. The NBA trade season is clearly growing near. More Kings coverage from Sacktown Sports. Brendan Nunez, Frankie Cardicelli, and Chris Watkins present another edition of the Return of the Roar podcast, this time discussing the Sacramento Kings starting to catch a rhythm over the last 4 games. Averaging 127 points over the last 5 games, the guys broke down what's been working during their offensive explosion. How much of it has to do with head coach Mike Brown deciding to move Malik Monk into the starting lineup, and what other trickle-down effects have come from that decision? Also, Coach Brown's tone has changed over the last few days. The trio delve into what he's been emphasizing and his methods of communicating that through the media. And are you a fan? What do you think of LeBron James leaving? Leave your opinion in the comments.